Now, today, I would like to address the part that living in the past is a very dangerous thing and can lead to stagnation and going in circles. In That you can remain in the same circle, in the same place, even though you do different things. For example, you might be doing something differently, or from what you experience in the past, you are changing the way you are doing it, but actually you are not getting the results needed. Rather that you are just doing it differently but the same results. Now, there is a man that say that doing the same thing every now and then is a form of insanity. But actually, the reason for that is that past, that we actually, as we do that new thing, we still think about how we failed the last time. Now, actually, do you know we attract what we actually think? Our thought life is actually what makes and shapes our future. Now, for example, if you are doing a business entity now, that you are looking at a business of a 300,000, investing that money. Now, if you are looking at how you lost that money in the past, now that actually attracts the same thing to occur in your life. Now, to break that, actually, we should change our thinking. That is why Paul says that the renewal of our minds is actually very important, and that is actually where we actually say each and every now and then that if we if we have the same thinking, even as we do different things, whichever way, even if you go abroad, even if you go to the US and become a cabinet secretary there, but your thinking is still the same, nothing will change in your life. Now, you attract what you live and think in your life. So if you dwell in the past, now I've not explained the thinking of the future, because if you are still held in those painful past, your relationship, your maybe somebody actually did a very big thing that you see you can't catapult yourself to the present. It is really hard. Now, we should renew our minds first, live in the present, and actually there is a power that I'm going to talk the next time. There is a power of actually writing. Writing is Paul said that the mouth of God is actually a ready pen to write. And in Haggai 12 verse 3, it says that actually you should write your visions, stipulate them, that God will come and see those things and he will not tarry, that he will be very fast in doing so things. If you see from the book of the word of God was written, now that it should not be changed. Paul wrote letters, Peter wrote letters, kings wrote letters. Even you can remember that in the time of Ezra, now they had to go back to the records of the king to see what he wrote. Now, the power of writing is very important. That's why you should write um, um, your future plans, not your past or whoever wronged you. You should forgive them, because if you don't forgive, you are actually imprisoning yourself, and you don't know you are imprisoning yourself, because you are putting yourself in that pain of how you'll revenge that person, or how that person will fail, and you don't know that as we think, we actually connect ourselves with them. Now, if we forgive them, then we are actually freeing ourselves. And as we plan for our future, now we actually plan it not the way actually um looking at another person. If we actually plan our life on what we actually love to do, actually what your heart actually that you can do each and every day at midnight without any problem, uh, 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 and it's not be actually, that thing should not be actually in a very individualistic and it should be actually what helps others, that you bring value to the community, you bring value to others, you bring value to your friends, to your family, to your workmates, to other people. And that's how we move forward. And we find the value that we have, because if you don't find that value that we have from others, it becomes really hard. Now, as we look unto God, that is where we actually now pray for that. I know what I'm saying is actually, it looks so theatrical, but actually it is really practical and pragmatic, because if we do it, it will help us to see the future from the perspective of you, not looking in the perspective of others.